Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So, welcome to today's video. Uh, Today I'll be discussing about again natural gas and my current open positions. Firstly, the disclaimer like none of the talks, none of the discussions that I perform here or the analysis that I show are meant to take actual trade, they are just meant for educational purpose. And yeah, so coming to the discussion here, I have been trading in natural gas as as usual, and I was having multiple positions today in natural gas. I was mostly selling put options for natural gas, and I held them for quite a long time, and I just made some profit here. And I am currently stuck in Infosys. I have sold Infosys call options, and got a few. Okay, there's a moment in natural gas right now. I'm just wondering like whether this move is because right now, honestly, as per my opinion, natural gas is going through such a phase where I really don't know whether to buy or sell. I don't know anything. Uh, this dodgy candle over here was the first signal. Again, another was this one. So these are the kind of this kind of shows like this particular label and this level. Okay, so as far as I could see, natural gas is going to be constant within this level for at least today. So that's what I feel like. Okay, even though I see there is a kind of momentum right now, it looks like, but as per my opinion, it looks like this market is not sure about where to move next. The eyes are on the EI report right now. So the once the EI report is available by around 9 p.m. Indian time, then we can decide like what should be the next move. Yeah, right now I have no open positions. You see, like if you, whenever you like in any of the videos when you see right, you'll always see I have at least one open position. Mostly, not always. Yeah, mostly. But right now, if you see, I have zero open position natural gas. I have no idea. I'm simply kind of stuck. Yeah, I have no idea like what will be the next move. I'm just waiting for the EI report. I'm just looking at all this information here. So I have no idea, no clue right now. What should where exactly it would move next. It looks a bit tricky right now, honestly. So in tricky situations, I prefer not to take any trade. Just keep an eye, just watch it, okay? Because if you look at the features, bits over here, the bits are so massive, like 126 quantity, 126. Just put it over here. So someone is uh, buying around 1.5 cr. Okay, 1.5 cr. Even I saw a few bits of 300. 300 is like 3.7 3 cr. Okay, so bits are extremely massive, so I won't dare to enter the trade during such times when there is so much uncertainty. Okay, if you see here, there is a lot of selling happening as per the bid, but here it's a lot of buying, so the market doesn't know where to move next. If you look into the February futures, there's a lot of selling. I don't know why they're selling February futures at 309. This is also a very strange thing. So yeah, market is confused. Everyone is confused. Nobody knows anything right now. People are just wondering like what should be the next move. Okay, so that's pretty interesting because you don't see such situations like every day. Just before the EI report, or just before like the situations when there is hot and cold, like kind of, or there is a requirement for power generation by natural gas. At the same time, natural gas inventory level is very high. Like there is a kind of contradiction in between different factors. That is when you see such trade. Like you don't see this normally, right? Someone selling with such high bid, like such high quantity, and again the purchasing is so high. So this is extremely confusing, extremely. In such situation, I prefer to not to trade. I will advise everyone. Like this again, this is although this is a learning video, an educational video. Here is the advice: like whenever you see any such kind of bids over here, the quantities are extremely huge. Better don't take trade. You sit idle, you don't do anything, at least you won't lose money or gain money, okay, whatever. But staying idle is like prevention is better than cure, okay. So you just escape this particular time, like when there is such, if you look into the future, the volume data, right? Look at this volume, like when exactly it started from. It started from around 5 o'clock, okay. Look at this volume, and this volume, what is the volume you see? It's 5 minute volume. We don't see that normally. If you look into the previous chart, right, you don't see such volumes normally. Look at these volumes. You don't see such volumes coming normally. It is, sometimes you do see, like sometimes when there is a very big movement, but right now there is no big movement. That is, it is entirely sideways, and we're seeing such big volume. It is sideways right now. It is not having any moves right now, okay, since last few minutes. From here it has been sideways around this level, okay. But you see high volume, so this is sometimes very strange to see. Not always. Sometimes you see like there's a big surge in price, like here it has been surge, and look at the volume, makes sense. But look at here, there has not been a massive decline or a massive surge, right? But still see, like the point is, the if you see a very big spike and a very big plunge, then you see the volume, that will make sense, okay, there has been buying or selling. If you don't see the moment of like that much moment, but you see volume is exceeding a certain limit, right? Let it limit you put it as 1.3, okay. You see here is like 2.6. It's too much. That's when I just prefer not to trade, and just to have just to look around like what's happening, okay. Again, under doji candle formation here. Oh, I'm not sure. Like natural gas, in my opinion, it should have been bullish, but the conditions are not favoring right now. It appears mild bearish right now. If it continues to be mild bearish, uh, then what are the possible levels? Yeah, we'll talk about that. The possible levels are like, if natural gas continue, like if it was bullish, okay, it was bullish because it made big movements since yesterday, from here till here, till here. But at this point, right, I was having the open positions back then. At this point, I started to feel like it's kind of not, like it doesn't have any direction. So I just exited the position, and I'm still not in a, I still don't know whether to enter or not. So I won't probably enter the trade right now, because I feel like until I see the year report at 9 p.m. I won't enter. But at this point, I feel like it is kind of behaving very weird, because if it was supposed to cross this one, this was a very important level, 3.72, 3.73. This is a very important level. So I marked it before. As it crossed over this one, it was not supposed to form a doji candle here. That was the first indicator. Like I feel doji candle, it is just crossing a level right now, resistance, a resistance level. So it started forming a doji candle here. So that was the first indicator. And again, this candle formation, okay, I felt like, no, this looks like really strange. And I'm mild bearish right now, and the levels that I was about to talk, right, the levels are like most likely around 366. Again, these levels that I'll be mentioning right now, these are based on what I was looking into the trade today. Around this level, sorry, yeah, this is around the level 366 is the level that I'm looking right now. So if it actually drops, it will drop, and it will sustain around 3, sorry, what is that one? Yeah, it will drop around 366 level. So this is the one, and 356 level. So this is a range that I'm expecting natural gas by the end of the day, honestly, because of the see, there is a rule that I follow. I would also like to talk about the rule that I have, like for especially for a commodity like natural gas. If in case you see natural gas making a move of like it is exceeding certain pivot points, it is going beyond the pivot points. So these are the pivot points that I have. The pivot points are there. That these are pivot points by like Zerodha, which is based on the previous day data, and yeah, on certain of the numbers. But the pivot, these are the labels that I mark. These are my pivots. These are the labels that I always look forward to. So this may not be the same as as you see by the Zerodha app. Okay, on the Zerodha app you'll have different pivot points, but you can always have your own pivot points. So that helps you analyze like market movements, and you can also use those as support and resistance. Okay, so whatever the levels that I marked here, so I was saying, if you see natural gas making a top by exiting certain pivots, so this was, so it started from around today, yeah, around here. Okay, it was gap up. Okay, it sustained above this pivot point. It took support here. Then at here there's a doji formation. Okay, then at here I saw a red candle formation over here, big red candle. Then it came over here. When it came over here, right, sorry, it came over here. The difference of the top, it is 381. Over here it is 376. It is 5 points. Okay, whenever you see the difference of like, this is my understanding, this may not be true with respect to the trades that you take, but with respect to my understanding, if you see such a formation, that is most likely going to be a bearish one. Okay, whether it be mildly bearish or it be fully bearish, that is something I don't know. I won't comment on that, but it's mostly a bearish if you see such a formation. So let's take a trade right now. I think I got something. I'll probably sell. Not much, but the year report is yet to come. So that is also something I should wait for that. It's like, sometimes you get so kind of taken away that you forget like your fundamentals. Sometimes you'll be just feeling like, okay, let's take the trade. You see like the market is going downside. Okay, so let's sell a call option and make some money. So that's not the way that you're supposed to trade. You're always going to have some patience, show patience, and take trades whenever it feels like you have a definite move. Right now I'm not sure, although I have the levels. I already told you the labels, right? The levels that I am expecting right now is around 366 to 356. So that's my target for the day. Again, coming to another thing, I'm not interested in selling call options right now. Honestly, I don't want to do that. The reasons are pretty obvious. um, because we're switching from December contract to January contract right now, and January is usually bullish. For some reason, you don't see the January numbers kind of that aggressive. Like, it is kind of trading below the December numbers. So that's, I'm not sure like why exactly this happened, but usually January levels can reach higher levels than that of December. Okay, so I'll be selling put options in aggressive ones, definitely aggressive ones, in the month of January. So this is going to be my approach for next month. I'll be really aggressive in selling put. So selling call over here doesn't really make sense, because anyways, even if it's a bearish move, like for the next couple of days it's bearish, and once it turns bullish, won't even this all these levels will appear like, it's like a child's play to just crossover. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's the reason I got, I was into the, I purchased a few call options, and I made a good amount here. So where is that one? This one. So yeah, so you can always, for the winter season, right, you can always buy the call option rather than selling call. So that selling call will be extremely dangerous. Okay, it can be extremely dangerous, so it's better not to do that. But I was intending to sell here right now because of the decay. Okay, because expiry is in less than, I think, 23rd is expiry, which is less than 23rd. Yeah, so 5 days away. So selling here doesn't really affect that much if there is not a huge movement, immediate movement right now. And as per the current weather conditions in the United States, it doesn't look like it's going to be really cold for the next 3 days, and for the next 2 days. So yeah, so that might make a little sense, but yeah, again, this is something which is supposed to be decided very carefully. You can't just be like taking trades randomly. All right, coming to the next part. Yeah, coming to the Infosys part. Yeah, I sold Infosys call options here 5, and I today I entered the put side as well. I'm incurring a unrealized loss of 44 here, and here just 1,000. All right. So, what was really interesting about Infosys today? I really like to talk about this one because this trade is looking like so screwed up. Like screwed up. Sorry, yeah. First, we'll talk about Nifty, then we go to Infosys. Okay. Nifty. Okay. A few facts before we get into this. Like right now, we are likely to see, but not a fact. It's like the information. Likely to see Nifty getting challenged at this level. Getting challenged at 800 level. Sorry, it is 800. Yeah. Now I'll just get into the Nifty OI once. How this is extremely funny. You see call being sold like randomly. Look at these levels, man. Look at these levels. Look at here. Okay, here you have a bit of put selling. Yeah, that's fine. But it is looking extremely aggressive right now. Although at around this level, right, 700, you will find that's the kind of balance, and here also 750, kind of, yeah. 800 also, yeah, they're still there, put sellers, yeah. They're still having the hopes like Nifty IT will somehow manage to withstand the fall. So that's the kind of belief I think people have. So that's the reason they have been investing in like Infosys, TCS, Wipro. Interesting, very interesting. In my opinion, it's like all shit thing. Investing in Infosys. Why would someone put money in Infosys? So that's my question. I was really wondering. Like, so today, like, let's get into that one. Today we saw like a surge in Infi, like Nifty IT overall. You see TCS, you see uh, Infi and Wipro. Okay, you see here it's close 633. Okay. All right. So you saw like we saw a surge in kind of all IT stocks. I'm not sure about the reason. I'm still wondering what caused the surge. Nifty was plunging at the same time. IT stocks were flying. Oh, yeah, were flying really high. So, hmm, where is that on Infi? Infi. Yeah, we have Infi here. So coming to this part, yeah. Yesterday, there was a massive movement in Infi ADR, that is the New York Stock Exchange, and we saw Infosys starting at around 17.77 US dollars, and it ended up at around 17.9 US dollars. But the daily high was, so the interesting thing over here, the daily high was 18.25 or 18.27, I think, $18.27. That was the daily high. But the closing, at the closing, it was around 17.9, around 7.92 or 9, yeah. So what caused the massive drop in drop at the closing? What was that? What could be the reason? The reason is intraday. So sometimes when traders trade in intraday and they don't they just sell it and just sell in intraday and convert the order to exit if they are already having stocks, then that will be considered as okay, they are just quitting the market. Okay, that is when you see a drop in the total price of the stock by the end, by the closing time. Okay, so that's the reason there was a drop. And the same thing I'm expecting today, but for some reason Infosys didn't show that thing. The closing price is 1526. Okay. Okay, the closing price is 1526. There's a lot of buying today at Infosys, and the buying happened around this time. Okay, when they saw like FI is only selling intraday and they are exiting the position. They're not squaring it off like the intraday. They're only selling FI. Okay. So let's check into the FI DI data. I'll be bringing, I haven't seen that yet. Okay. 598. Yesterday also FI was buying. Today also we saw FI buying. Okay. But which stocks are they buying? Are they buying Reliance Power? Or which I'm not sure because Nifty was in red. So how the buying is happening right now? And what could be the reason for buying? Is it because rupee is kind of very at its weakest point right now, so they can put in dollars, less dollars, and convert that into more rupees and do trade. So that by the time the rupee recovers, they can kind of encash more dollars. So it's kind of a forex trading. So you put money into the Indian market right now and get more rupees in exchange of dollars. By the time rupee recovers a little, you sell stocks and you exit. So that will be a very interesting strategy. If I were I'll probably consider this to be one of the techniques to multiply my money. Yeah. So here coming to this one, there was a lot of selling here in Infosys. Most of them were intraday selling, and that was the reason you see the surge over here, the surge. Okay. So what caused surge? Was it only buying that caused the surge? The volume is only 236, and the surge is like from here till here. Is this is this has a lot of intraday. Okay. And intraday transaction continued for the most of the day. Okay, most of the day at the tops, it was it was a lot of intraday. Whenever see a spike like green spike, these are mostly having a lot of intraday transactions. Mostly intradays. Lot of intradays happen today. And you look at the volume of Infosys today, the volume is also extremely high. Now let's go back to the volume, like the daily volume, and we see compared to the last few days, the volume today has been massive. Okay, compared to the last few days, like this week entirely, 6.63 million. Okay, similar volumes we have seen over here. A big green candle over here, but the next candle was red. Okay, today we saw green. Okay, so what happens to green, red? Okay, let's see, green, red. Green, red, big red. Okay, we'll see that. Like this is one of the ways that I sometimes look at stock. This may or may not be the best way, but yeah, green, red, green. This green is, yeah, quite comparable. What was the level then? 525. Okay. At 600 level, we'll see green, red. Which month? 2025. Okay. 2025 July. Okay. Green, red. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see Infi ADR. Like, has it open right now, and at what price is it? Oh my God, it has surged. We'll see. Like, what's the closing price today? 1851 USD INR. It is right now 1669. My God, that means I'll be incurring huge loss in Infosys, possibly. The previous close out was around 1722, but I'm not sure. It was showing me, like, when I saw that it was around 17.9 something, it was showing, but right now the number is showing something else. I wonder why there has been the change. But yeah, I'll be looking forward to this one for the rest of the day, to see what is the closing price here, because that will decide like what happens to my positions, like my open positions over here. Okay, which is under, like, which is not clear yet. Yeah, I decided to keep it right now, but based on situation, but based on the situation, I'll take the call whether to exit or whether to keep it or add more positions here. All right. So yeah, so that's all for the video. I'm still wondering like who, like why was there a surge in fee. Um, I was not expecting that. Even in Wipro it happened, yeah, and most of them was intraday, yeah. All right, guys. So that's all for the video. I'm just waiting for the EI report right now. I'll be taking my next trade after I see the EI report. So thank you very much. Hope you're having a great day.